Alrighty guys, we're back for some Magpie mid-range, and this is a Streets of New Capenna standard build. We're going to go over the deck, then hop into some normal play mode. That being said, last Sunday we went ahead and put a list together that was Lagrella aggro, right? So you guys dropped a bunch of suggestions for me in the comments. I went ahead and implemented as many of those suggestions as possible. But there were so many different suggestions that it was actually impossible to include them all and still make a reasonable list. So we kind of changed up the deck completely from aggro into this mid-range list, and I think it's going to be pretty sick, actually. Now, I actually made a bunch of different decks off of your guys' suggestions too, which I'll hopefully get to showcase over the upcoming weeks, right? So what do we got in the list here? Oh, wait, First things first, though, for anyone who does not know, I'm Red Cat, and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well. So this one is a little bit out of my comfort zone, and it doesn't fit into either of those two categories, but I think we'll be fine, and I think it's going to be a pretty fun one, too. So we have 2 portable hulls, a Dawnbringer Cleric, and 4 Prosperous Innkeepers. Now, the ETBs on all of these are going to be very important because of Teleportation Circle, which I'll go over in just a second, right? So we have 2 Skyclave Apparitions, great removal. It's got that ETB as well. We have 2 Jewel Thieves. The treasure on the Innkeeper and the Jewel Thieves are actually going to be pretty important, too. We have 3 Lagrella the Magpies. So this is Bant Color, Legendary Creature, 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, exile any number of other target creatures controlled by different players until Lagrella leaves the battlefield. When an exiled card enters the battlefield under your control this way, put 2+1/+1 counters on it. So this is a great way to potentially get your ETBs off of your own creatures. Like, for example, if you exile your opponent's creature and your Jewel Thief and your opponent removes Lagrella, yeah, the opponent gets their creature back, but now you get Jewel Thief back and you get a treasure from it, right? Or another really cool thing too is you could maybe just hit your own creature, like just gobble up your own Dawnbringer Cleric, right? And then eventually drop a board wipe, kill Lagrella, and then you get the Dawnbringer back with a couple counters, and you get that ETB again. So it's a pretty neat card to build around, honestly. I think last Sunday we had 4 of these in the build, but because it is legendary, it is wiser to only have 3 of them, honestly, so that's why we're only seeing 3 here. So we have 4 Teleportation Circles, a 4-drop enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So this is this card helps you blink your creatures, and it's a great way to do so, honestly. I know that, like, it technically doesn't do anything on its own when it hits the board, but usually you'll have something to blink with it right away, right? Like, even if it's just an Innkeeper, get an extra treasure token, it's pretty good, guys. And then when it's out there, the opponent is sweating, man. The opponent is sweating. They want to kill this as soon as possible somehow. Hopefully they have enchantment removal, I'll say that much. Now, hitting artifacts with the Teleportation Circle is really good too, because you can hit the portable hull, which you could just like start to gobble up your opponent's treasure tokens or something like that. Or you can hit the Chariot as well and kind of reestablish a board state after board wipes, after your own board wipes. So Chariot's a great card to pair with Teleportation Circle, but we only got 3 of them. It is legendary, but it is also good enough to have 4 if you really wanted to. Something to think about, I guess. We have 4 Doomskar because board wipes are kind of important right now, but this deck doesn't mind if you wipe your own board, which is kind of cool. So on turn 2, you want to foretell this, usually, if you have it right. Sometimes there's going to be turns where, or at times where you don't do that, but still. And then it's kind of a turn 3, or it's kind of a 3-drop board wipe then after it's foretold. So that's something to consider for the curve here too. Workshop Warchief. So we got 4 of these. It's a 5-drop, 5/3 trample. I love this card, man. When Warchief enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Perfect. Works with Teleportation Circle, right? When it dies, you create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token. Nice. That, I mean, like I said, you could wipe your own board. Maybe you gobbled something up with Lagrella. If you wipe the Warchief, you still get a 4/4 back. So, like, against other mid-range builds and stuff, I think our deck is going to be a bit superior to them. because, yeah, we're going to be able to reestablish board states really fast. Anyways, this also has Blitz too, and if you blitz this out for 6 mana, that means it has haste. And then there's a really cool interaction with Teleportation Circle and blitzed creatures where you can teleport your blitzed creatures out after swinging in with them, and then they come back and you don't have to sacrifice them anymore. You just straight up get to keep them. So with Warchief, not only are you like blitzing this out, gaining 3 life, getting damage through, then you can Teleportation Circle the Warchief out, comes back in, you gain another 3 life, and now you get to keep your big chunky creature. I'll tell you what, man, that's pretty spicy, right? On the top end, we do have a Turntimber Symbiosis. I'm going to drop that in the mana base. An Emeria's Call, which I'm going to drop in the mana base as well. We have one Sanctuary Warden, which honestly, you could have 2 of them because it's kind of beautiful. So when it enters the battlefield, it gets 2 shield counters. When it enters or attacks, you can remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 1/1 green-white citizen creature token. So that's actually a really spicy way to draw cards, right? Especially when you can blink this out and just keep getting shield tokens on it too, right? Shield counters, sorry. And then also reestablishing that board state, like I was saying, getting some 1/1s on the board. Maybe you're just using them as chump blockers, but still, it's something, man. This card's actually just really good. Speaking of really good cards, Titan of Industry. We got 3 of them in here. Maybe you just want 4 of them because it pairs so dang well with Teleportation Circle. So it is a 7 mana, 7/7, Reach Trample. When it ETBs, choose 2. So destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 Rhino. Put a shield counter on a creature. So you get to choose 2 of those. So you can play this out and then maybe teleport it, and then you get another 2, and that's just a GG right there, probably, right? Like, if the opponent can't deal with that right away, that just gets out of hand really, really fast. So maybe you want 4 of these, honestly. But I don't know where to find the room for that. Oh, something else, guys. The 4/4 Rhinos off the Warchief and the Titan of Industry works beautifully with the Chariot, as well as the Emeria's Call 4/4 Angels works really well with the Chariot too. So that's something else to think about. Yeah, something to note, if you're not running into a lot of creature decks, then it would be worth dropping a Doomskar and maybe going up a Warden or an Industry, but we'll see, right? We still got to test the deck. So yeah, I think that's everything. There's a lot packed into the deck. Total land is 25 plus the call plus the Turntimber, plus we have ramp off the Innkeeper and the Thief. I don't think we're going to have any issues hitting this top end. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this into some normal play mode and see how it does. So I did a few test matches, and I kind of forgot to put my deck tracker on for a couple of them, but the deck seems pretty spicy overall. I did a couple small changes here and there to make sure that the deck was actually going to work properly. What on earth is this slow hand? I'm keeping it. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, guys. You know I like to keep bad hands. Okay. We could safely get these down. They might just be like Grixis control or something, right? You never know. Yeah, maybe actually. Shamble buddy. Oh, nice. Innkeeper. Oh, okay, good. Whew. I was a little worried there. I think I'm actually going to play this out on blue to make sure we have that blue. Yeah, the mana is just a splash of blue for the Lagrella. Everything else in the deck is actually just Selesnya colors, so this is pretty good. We get a ramp into Chariot off of the Innkeeper, which is, yeah, I mean, that's just really good. Potential spot removal. Nope, we're gonna go, they're gonna go Tenacious Underdog here. So the Plains is good. Any amount of extra land here is good to see, honestly, because then we can keep the Turntimber for a while. Yeah, we gotta just go into Chariot. Like, we could save that treasure and maybe ramp into the Warchief next turn. But, yeah, this is just way better. Because we get to gain a couple life. Get a couple creatures down that block really well here, too. If they start with swinging, then they probably want us to power up Chariot to block the underdog so they could use spot removal on the Chariot. If they end up passing, then they don't have spot removal. So this is worth trading a cat. See, like, the two open black sources, that's, yeah. This might be mono black control then. Oh, nice. Teleportation Circle is huge. I wish, yeah. But the problem is, if it is mono black, then invoke Despair is really bad. But we'll see. At least we do get a single use off of the circle here. Not worth swinging, I'd say. Because if they just chump with the Shamble Buddy, they could get the treasure token, drop a swamp, and then invoke Despair next turn. Where if we actually have a couple turns of getting some extra goodies here, then that's probably better. Right, so we're probably going to have to play this as land, and I'll take the 3 to get Warchief down. I'll definitely do that. But if we draw land, then I'll consider blitzing instead. Field of Ruin. Dawnbringer Cleric can break their meat hook when it comes time, so that could be good. Could also exile the Tenacious Underdog as well. Let's start with a swing and get a cat token and see what they end up doing here. Because if it is that spot removal that I was anticipating earlier, then that's fine. Okay. See, that's not that bad, is it? I don't think that's that bad. At this point, do we fear the ramp with the Shamble Buddy? I think they would have been swinging in, right? See what happens. Let's see. I don't know. I'm kind of changing up my lines of play here because... So they actually double block. They want both of those to die. So that probably means they just didn't have Meat Hook in hand too. So treasure token for the Invoke Despair because they might not have land. Environmental Sciences pretty much confirms that they don't have the land. So I'm going to go pay 3. Get that 3 back with the Warchief. And then we're going to go ahead and teleport Innkeeper to get a treasure token to get 1 step closer to the Titan of Industry. Now, you could go Warchief if you wanted more health, but we don't really need it. If we were up against an aggro deck, then yeah, this whole line of play would be nasty. But just ramping here, because now if we draw a land, we have the 7 needed. Okay, so Invoke Despair. So we could go Warchief, but I don't think that's wise because... So we go Cat. Because, yeah, if they end up going Meat Hook at some point or anything like that, we kind of want... Okay, so they got the 5. Didn't get a chance to see... Yep, okay. I'm okay with a Meat Hook taking these out. I'm going to get rid of that Tenacious Underdog. What do you guys think? You think that's an okay line of play? Yeah, no ramp off the Teleportation Circle. We knew the Invoke Despair was coming eventually, so... 6 mana. Oh no, the Blood on the Snow. I should have thought about that. Well, it probably would have been... I don't know, honestly. I really doubt. Lagrella, what's up, Lagrella? I'm gonna hold the Lagrella back for now, because it can target anything, which could be really good. But getting a creature down, no, yeah. We got tons of land in the deck. I would love to hit this Titan of Industry. That would have been way better than a portable hole that turn, but we'll see. Meat hook for 4, yep. Okay, they're back up to 9. Another Titan of Industry. Oh no, guys, are we not going to see it? Are we not going to see that land? We got tons in the deck. And only seeing 5? It's actually pretty, relatively unlucky, isn't it? Okay, even one of our ramp creatures would have been better there. Okay, mono black control is very, very scary, but this is anyone's game. The problem is it's starting to lean towards the opponent now. A couple mediocre draws in a row was really bad for us. So they could gain 2 off the sciences and still have enough to power up the hive. There's nothing in my deck that actually brings cards back from the grave, so they don't have to worry there, but I would still hit the Warchief is what I would do. Shamble Buddy. So the red source is... What's the red source in here for? Probably that one Planeswalker, right? Probably. Can't think right now. Oh! Huge draw. Huge. We're blitzing this. I don't even care, man. We are blitzing this because every chance we get... Like, they could block, but they still take 4, and we still get a 4/4 back. Now, we are 2 turns away from the Titan of Industry. Now, though... Oh, man, I don't know. Maybe that was too aggressive. Hey, land! We got a land! Okay. Now we need 2 turns, though. Lagrella, okay. So if we would have just set up Warchief and didn't swing, I got so excited, I got so aggressive there. It wasn't a bad play though. It wasn't that bad. I'm gonna hit that Shamble Buddy. Submit 0. You don't want to hit your token with it, obviously. Right, so Field of Ruin is just open, and we have 2 more basics in the deck, so we won't get that punished for it. Some spot removal. Okay. So, honestly, guys, it might start to lean towards us here. It really might. Grab a green source. We still have that island in the deck. Unless we draw the island, it'd be really bad for us. Nope, they're gonna use it now. Yeah, they're trying to punish us for playing 3 colors, but we luckily played enough basics and didn't draw them. So we didn't get punished there, but it did thin our deck, which gets us even further away from the Titan of Industry. So we can't swing because they have Hive of the Eye Tyrant open, but the Innkeeper does ramp us into Titan of Industry. So we can actually go... Nope, that's it. Oh no, guys, this is tough. I guess the biggest thing was losing Teleportation Circle, but I mean, we knew that the Invoke Despair, nice. We ended up drawing that land anyways. So with Lagrella, I wonder how we want to do this. The opponent is very far away from winning at this point, so we can hit Meat Hook. But a shield counter might be better because they have Blood on the Snow. So shield counter on Industry and getting a 4/4 might be enough because that 4/4 gets past the Hive. What do you guys think? I'm going to go shield counter, and I hope that can do it, honestly. Can't swing, Hive is open, and that would be very bad for us. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What are they doing here? Deadly Dispute. Whoa, Deadly Dispute on one of their hives? That's actually really clever because it kind of gets them a hand and they're kind of looking for more removal. So we're going to ditch the Innkeeper. I don't think it's... So they're back up to 7. That's actually really good for us. They tapped their hive too. So Yeah, tapping that hive might... Yep, GG, let's go, guys. We got there. Whoo, buddy, I was nervous that blitzing out that Warchief was going to end up being a really bad play that... Because I do that a lot as an aggro player. I'm like, haste. We got to go haste, right? But if we would have played that slower, then the Infernal Grasp might have had to hit the Warchief, right? And then we would have got a 4/4 back, and then, yeah, that might have just been better overall, but we didn't get punished for it, luckily. Survived a couple Invoke Despairs, which was good. So I think Invoke Despair is one of the reasons we don't see Teleportation Circle more often, because it's such a neat card, and it does so much. Wait, is this the same opponent? Wait, are we playing? I didn't look at the name. I never look at the opponent's name. Or it's very rare that I do, I guess. I don't know. I guess we'll see. It looks like it's going to be more mono black. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to go back into the video, and that doesn't hit anything. Very nice. Have to go back into the video and see if that's the same opponent. So the ramp here is pretty good. We don't have double white for the apparition without using that treasure token, so... Another Magpie. It's probably going to be Jewel Thief, right? Or do we set up with Magpie so that way Meat Hook for 2 doesn't... Oh, Jewel Thief is a 3/3 anyways. Yeah, I think it's Jewel Thief here. Because why not? We get another treasure, which is just more ramp, which is really good. Man, you wouldn't think there was 25 land in this deck. You really... Okay, good, good, good. You really do want to see that land, like, all the time. That's a good one to hit, too. So, Apparition, swing for 4. Still have 3 open if we wanted to. Yeah, GG opponent. It was looking pretty good for us, and we slowed down their ramp pretty good. They didn't have Deadly Dispute in hand, other words it would have happened there. So, Lagrella could have come down too, and they could have got a 1/1 little token, and then we could have the Lagrella set up for, if they end up removing it, we'll have Skyclave open too. That's a pretty cool combo. Yeah, GG. Let's hope we can get into a game that isn't against mono black. I have a feeling that was like the same opponent, but you never know. Maybe that's just how the matchmaking is right now, and they really want me to play against mono black or something, but GG though. 100% win rate in the deck so far, at least for the matches that I was able to all matches with this version of the deck, I guess, as 100% win rate anyways. So yeah, some of the test matches, I didn't have the deck tracker on, and it technically was a different version, but it was very, very similar. Just changed some numbers of the cards and stuff. Like, for example, like, there are so many decks where Warchief being a 4 of is just so good. I'm surprised we don't see more Warchief, honestly. So we have a Lagrella next turn if we want this to come down tapped, or we just ramp into Chariot, which is probably better. Valky, that's the card I was thinking of earlier. That's probably what they splashed the red for. So they steal a Lagrella, which is smart, because we could just, you know, take the Valky. Oh, excuse me, guys. So let's go... Right, it's gonna be Chariot. It's just the question of what land to play here. I guess we'll play this on blue. We don't need much blue, but if they end up destroying like our headquarters or something, and then if we don't have a blue for Lagrella, then we could get super punished for that. It also could have been like Emeria's Call tapped, and then the other Innkeeper too. There's no way this is a trade. I think we slipped this damage through. Really? Hey, Lagrella, come back to my hand. We have another Innkeeper in hand. I'm surprised by that, actually. Right? A little bit of a weird one. Voltage Surge? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That was a... I'm surprised they didn't just take the 1 damage, but I guess Innkeeper is a valuable card. I'll trade. I'll take it. I'm set up to survive the long game, hopefully. You can play this out on white, but we have white with the call, too. I'm thinking the other Chariot, and then we swing in with this one, right? We keep this one. We have white off the call, which we're probably going to have to play. No, I'll play this... Crap. We'll play this on white. And hopefully they don't gobble up. Hopefully I don't get punished for playing this. I do like this play, though. Kind of get a board state going here. Unleash the Inferno! Oh no! The punish! The punish has happened. That's the first time this card's been played against me, but it's a really good one, guys. 7 damage to creature or planeswalker is a lot of damage, especially with a card with red in it. And then the excess damage, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls with meta value less than or equal to the amount of excess. Yep. I mean, that'll do it, right? So that's good. Another headquarters is not bad here at all. And Lagrella, and so Apparition can hit the Fable. And then we'll give them a 3/3, but this isn't bad. This makes it so that way they can't turn through their deck more. Oh, we could have done Innkeeper there first if we wanted to use the treasure token, but I kind of want to save the treasure token off the Innkeeper anyways. I don't think they trade here. And we'll take the 2 next turn as well. We saw earlier how important that little bit of extra damage could be, so... We gain a ton of life. And I plan on gobbling up the Shaman with Lagrella, so... Yeah, anyways, we could have done Innkeeper, then Apparition. Oh no, Meat Hook. Well... Lagrella still hits the Apparition's token. Warchief, what's up, buddy? My goodness. Yeah, we probably get this out tapped. I think every little bit of mana is gonna matter. Innkeeper. And do we grab the Innkeeper off the Lagrella? Probably, honestly. Probably. We target you and you. Because another Meat Hook would be really bad, and at least we'd get a Innkeeper back with a couple counters on it. This deck is sweet so far, guys. I really like it. It's kind of... It's a little bit hard to play, but the opponents have been playing rough decks to play against too, though. So... something to consider for sure. Yep, Shatter Skull. So we get our Innkeeper, another treasure, and it's a 3/3. That's so spicy. Hey, Teleportation Circle. Okay. So if we establish the circle first, I really want to blitz this out. I just want to blitz this. Like, we could just play this. It would be fine. It would be fine. But I'm going to establish the circle. Innkeeper for treasure, or keep the... I think we keep the counters there. So it's funny. The Lagrella is technically like the only thing that gives us those types of counters, but now that we have... Okay. Another Lagrella. Okay. They probably just blocked this now. Darn it. I really wanted to blitz this out, then use Teleportation Circle. Ah, man. 1, 2. Gotta kill the Lolth. The other Lagrella is actually pretty good here. Right? Because... Okay. Hear me out. This is crazy. We're gonna go Warchief. This is insane, bro. Lagrella. Okay. You. Submit 2. Okay. Swing at Lolth. They block. But at least that was an exile, so Lolth only goes to 2. Okay. Lagrella. Warchief comes back with counters. A bunch of stuff happens. Now, what do we want to hit here? Do we want to hit Innkeeper again? Probably. As weird as that is, the opponent has tons of, like, removal and stuff. And so, like, just making sure that we can have a creature if they end up wiping the board and stuff is just way better than letting the Innkeeper stay out there. Or multiple creatures, because if this ends up dying, we get a 4/4. Oh, they're cycling. They are searching, bro. They are searching. Yeah, GG opponent. Oh, man. There had to have been a better way for me to play that too, but that was insane. Yeah, there were so many, like, different little options there, but... Well, this is a fun time so far, guys. Let's see if we can keep it going here. Oh, man. Yeah, the other Lagrella, the Magpie builds, yeah, you guys dropped so many different suggestions that it was just like, it was like, oh man, how do I pack this all in? And it just wasn't possible, you know? And so I made a couple different builds, and then one of those builds, based on your guys' suggestions, actually doesn't have Lagrella in it at all. And so we'll see how that one goes at some point. I'm definitely going to try that one out the upcoming weeks, but... So another green source is fine here. We'll save the other pathway. Probably going to play it out on blue when it comes time. Probably, especially since the call comes down on white. Portable Hole hits the Innkeeper, yep. Warchief, okay. So play this out on blue. Jewel Thief. Save the treasures. Let's see what their 3-drop is. This could be... Okay. Okay. So this might be like mono white mid-range, just based on the amount of control we've seen so far. So Warchief isn't the best against all this exile, is it? It could just be mono white too. Mono white aggro, I'd say. I think getting this down tapped. I think spending those treasures now is fine. Let's go ahead and get the Warchief down. It's a solid card, and they've already used 2 of their exile removal. Also, Apparition doesn't hit Warchief well, so if it's like a Brutal Cathar, our Doomskar just becomes really freaking good. Oh, Teleportation Circle. Let's go. Okay, we probably dropped the call. Tapped. I think we risk a swing here. No, it's Wandering Emperor. There's no way. Like everything else, right? It's Wandering Emperor. I won't be fooled by you, opponent. Teleportation Circle. Enters tapped. Yep, do you drop the Emperor anyways? That's the question. Yeah, it's probably mono white mid-range. Probably what it is. And so swinging into that, yeah, Wandering Emperor, that could have been really bad, because that's more exile, which is really, really bad. We played around that successfully, luckily. And if they get more creatures, like our Doomskar is just really good. Because we get a 4/4 token and then a 3/3 token off the apparition. But a Lagrella would be better. A Lagrella would be amazing because we'd grab Warchief Apparition, get a 3/3, and then when it came time to Doomskar, wow! Borrowed time! Wow, look at all the exile removal that the opponent's running. This is very scary. I'm not sure we're going to make it out of this one, but I haven't lost hope yet. There's tons of stuff we could get here. I'll take the 3. Yeah, I guess eventually we're going to want to see that land, so... I still think the Doomskar is pretty good, but... as soon as we swing with this, they can -2 the Emperor and exile it. And so it's better to just eventually... I mean, we could power up the cave in full swing too. Really want to get that damage through. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to kill the Emperor here. They have 2 open. Is it worth the swing to face? They probably block, right? But they have things like borrowed time and everything. I think I'd rather them block. I don't know. That's tough. Nice. Okay. We get some damage through and the Emperor is gone. That is huge for us. Rabble rousing. Hi. Could be scary, but we have Doomskar, so. Couple 1/1s. Is it just gonna be the Doomskar next turn? Oh. What do they got? What are they looking at? Okay, they have 1 plains open. Another land. Yeah, if we let them swing next turn, they're gonna get 4 more things off the rousing. But a swing here isn't that bad either. It really isn't, is it? Because we probably don't die. Probably. Okay. I'm going to go for the Doomskar. I think that's the safest play. We get a couple things established on the board, and we can foretell the other Doomskar. So I think that could be really good. Wedding announcement. Nice. Another wedding announcement. Oh! Oh! Chump blockers for days. Okay. Play this out on white quite successfully, I'd say. Power this up. Full swing. Big swings here. Easy chumps for the opponent, I would say. I don't think they take this. I think they chump for sure. Okay, they end up taking 6 down to 9. If they don't have their own board wipe, this could be... Whoa! Another rabble rousing. So this is mono white mid-range with the rabble rousing. That's super interesting, right? I haven't seen that in the mono white mid-range yet. Couple tokens. They block on the ground really nicely. Couple more tokens because this, yeah, this is gonna get out of hand, isn't it? Play this on green. At least we're swinging in the air. Kind of shows the importance of like cave in the deck. We still full swing because even if they block multiple times, yeah, they're gonna chump because they want the rabble rousing to get out of hand. They're on a 2-turn clock unless they can remove the cave. Another wedding announcement. Yeah. Yeah, this is insane. Oh no. That is so many. Oh no. Okay, well we have to Doomskar. We're forced to Doomskar here. That is terrifying, guys. We could... Yeah, they don't take anything here. I really don't want to power up cave because they have 3 open. They got those draws, so they probably have spot removal. 1, 2, 3. Make sure that 2 white are open. No, we don't want to power up cave before Doomskar. Dang, that could have been bad. That could have been bad, guys. Well, let's see if we can slip the cave through without any removal. No removal. 1 turn, opponent. 1 turn. You need something in the air, or you need removal. or life gain. That could do it too. Come on, Cave of the Frost Dragon, take us to that victory. Wedding announcement. Another Doomskar. Swing with Cave. GG opponent. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't have any removal there. Oh man, 100% win rate. Wow. That's impressive. Take it with a grain of salt. We are in normal play mode, which is a different ball game than ranked usually. Usually it is, right? And so I'm very satisfied with how the deck ended up playing out though, guys. A very fun one for sure. Let's go ahead and go over the deck here. I believe we got 4 matches on video there, and I think they were solid. I think they showcased the power of the deck overall. Here's the thing. While the deck is kind of based around Teleportation Circle now, I don't know if 4 of them is necessary. You could probably drop Teleportation Circle to 3 and go up another Sanctuary Warden, or go up another land for that matter, because even off the Treasure Lamp, the Treasure Lamp. Anyways, even off of the Treasure Ramp, 25 land just didn't seem like a whole lot, did it? Or 27 with the call in the Turntimber. So like, I don't know. I would probably drop a circle and go up a Warden though, and then maybe. No, I think that's all I would do. Although when you do see Teleportation Circle, it's really, really good, unless you're up against like Mono Black, because then the Invoke Despairs are really bad. And so, yeah, that's the problem. If you drop it down to 3, you don't see it as much, and you really want to see it because it does so much in the deck. So yeah, I really don't know what I would change, but this was a really fun one, and yeah, I'm pleased that I decided to play it, because generally speaking, if it doesn't have red in it, then I wouldn't play mid-range, but this one was definitely worth it and definitely a ton of fun and powerful apparently. Mainly it was just value though. Like, we just had so much value all the time, where we had some tough decisions of, do I wipe my board? And generally speaking, it's like, yeah, we can wipe the board and still establish a board state, and this felt really powerful, didn't it? Anyways, guys, if you made it this far into the video, you guys are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.